Hi sew buddies, welcome back to another value-packed sewing tutorial. Here on this channel, I teach you how to make your own clothes right from the comfort of your home, and I also share tips from my experience on how you can start and grow your own sewing business. In today's DIY tutorial, I'll walk you through the process of making this beautiful sleeveless gathered gown with a drawstring neckline. It is a two-step gathered gown that adds beauty and definition to the lower part of the dress. I didn't add pockets to mine, but you can actually add to yours if you so desire. To make this, you will need 2.5 yards of the main fabric and 1 yard for the supporting fabric. You also need scissors for cutting and a tape and chalk for measurements. Now here are the list of measurements you will need to take for this particular tutorial. Starting with the top part, I measured 11 inches for the length and 48 inches for the width. My bust is 40 inches, so I just added 8 inches to my bust. You can do same depending on what your bust is. Next up, I folded it into 4 parts, leaving 1 inch for the zip allowance. Now from the side at the top, I measured 4 inches horizontally and 4 inches vertically. Then I went ahead to link these 2 points with a curve. You can do this with your French curve if you have one. I went ahead to cut this out. I notched the 1 inch for the zip allowance at the top and then also did that for the bottom. The next thing I went ahead to do here is to open it up, and then I gathered the waist to my size, which is in my own case 34 inches plus 1 inch on both sides for zip allowance, making it 36 inches in total. Next thing to do is to sew the armhole with a tiny stitch so that it will help finish the edges. Now with a long strip of fabric of about 2 inches width, I created the channel for the drawstring. I'm doing this for the back first. Now this will be wide enough to pass the string into it. Now for the front neckline, go ahead and sew the strip for piping. What you want to do is find the midpoint and then create a notch at the midpoint. Measure 1 inch on both sides of the midpoint, just as you're seeing me do. Then you fold the strip and create small openings on the 1 inch mark that you have created. Now it's time to fold and sew down. The opening will serve as a passage for the drawstring. For the rope, I measured 2 inches in width and 60 inches in length. Then I went ahead to divide it into 2, making it 2 inches in width and 30 inches in length for each rope. Then I sewed the ends together, right side facing the right side, and then turned it using a loop turner to the right side. Now using a safety pin, I passed the loop from one opening on the center front, then linked it to the back tunnel as you see me do. After this, I went ahead to seal and held it down on the center back just at the zip part. Now you want to do the same thing for the second loop on the other side. Now for the band, I measured a 4 inch in width band by 36 inches, which is my waist measurement plus the zip allowance on both sides. This will help to accommodate the zip allowance on the both sides. Now I went ahead to cut another piece of this to give it a thickness. You can also iron an interfacing to this band if you so please, but for this tutorial I didn't do so. Then after that, you want to place the first band with the right side facing the right side of your top piece. Then you stitch it down just as you're seeing me do. Then for the second piece of the band, the right side of the band should be facing the wrong side of your top. Then stitch it down. This is what it looks like after I'm done sewing. Then hold both pieces together and then sew. For the down part, I measured 14 inches in length and then 100 inches in width. You can actually make it this small if you want it to gather very well. Then I gathered the top part to 36 inches. Then I joined the top part to the down part. Now for the second step, what I measured was 9 inches in length and then 150 inches in width. Then I went ahead to gather this 150 inches in width down to 100 inches, and then I joined it to the main piece. For the zip, I measured 21 inches. Then I sewed down the remaining parts of the dress. I went ahead to fix in my zip and then folded the hem. I stitched this down and now the dress is ready. It looks so simple and it's actually very simple. It's so beautiful. I love the color combination. The beauty of this design is actually the color combination. If you get this right, you've gotten this design beautifully. Now the beauty of this dress is the adjustable bust area, as this can be adjusted to fit any bust. Thank you for sticking to the very end of this tutorial. If this tutorial was helpful and of value to you, kindly hit that subscribe button, like, share and turn on post notifications so that you get notified whenever I post helpful content like this. Now see you next time. Bye.